I was out in the woods behind my backyard, doing some nighttime hog hunting from the tower I'd built a decade ago. It was a setup I'd put together for these exact types of trips. And for anyone wondering, yes, I had a night vision scope attached to my rifle. You could say I'm pretty serious about hunting. I don't want to drag this story out, so I'll stick to the essentials. I get that this all sounds bizarre, maybe even unbelievable, but this really did happen, and in a strange way, I consider myself lucky, or at least lucky enough to have such a chilling story to tell for the rest of my life. As I sat quietly in the tower, waiting for movement, something finally appeared. I took aim, expecting to see a hog or some other animal. But instead, I found myself looking at a person. He was a man dressed in all black, black sweatpants, black shoes, and a black hoodie with the hood pulled over his head. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, he was dragging a large sack behind him, as if he was trying to bury something. My heart started pounding, and I watched him, convinced that I was witnessing a guy in the middle of hiding a body. Just when I thought things couldn't get more disturbing, the man suddenly slowed down, and I swear it looked like he turned his head up toward me. I ducked below the edge of the wooden wall in my tower, my heart racing, feeling completely exposed. Yes, I had a rifle with me, but the thought of using it against a person was horrifying. I stayed hidden, praying he hadn't seen me, convincing myself it wasn't likely. It was pitch black, after all. But then, I felt a shift in the tower, the vibration of someone stepping on the wooden ladder. Each step felt like an eternity as he made his way up, and I remember asking myself if I'd really be able to pull the trigger if he got close enough. Just as I was bracing myself for the worst, the footsteps stopped. I heard him jump back down to the forest floor and drag the sack away into the woods. I stayed crouched and frozen, barely even breathing, for what felt like a solid 10 minutes before I finally dared to look out over the edge. The coast seemed clear, and I knew I had to get out of there to call the police. I climbed down the ladder, turned on my pocket flashlight, a decision I now realize wasn't exactly wise in that situation, and sprinted toward my house. I hadn't gotten more than 10 seconds into my run when I heard footsteps pounding the ground behind me, closing in fast. Turning to look, I saw him, practically right at my back. In a panic, I spun around and shot him in the shoulder. He screamed in pain and stumbled, and I took that opportunity to bolt back to my house as fast as I could. Looking back, maybe I should have tried to hold him there somehow, but all I could think about was getting to safety. I made it to the house and immediately called the police. They arrived within 15 minutes with a full search team, and I led them back to the exact spot where I'd shot him. We found a faint but visible blood trail leading from the area, past the sack he'd been dragging. The police collected the sack, and after following the blood trail, they found the man himself, hiding under a fallen log near a tree. He was arrested on the spot, and it turns out he was wanted for the murder of a local store owner, Jin Quen Sakanaki. I don't know the full story of what drove him to it, but I do know that this experience will be etched into my memory forever. It's a story I'll be sharing for as long as I live.